ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਪੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਅਦਤੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵਾ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਗੁਰ ਅੰਗਦ ਪੇਵਾ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਗੁਰ ਅਮਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਕਰਤਾ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਗੁਰ ਬਾਰੇ ਪੁਰਖ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਰਜਨ ਸੁਖਦਾਨੀ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਹਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗੁਣ ਖਾਨੀ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਰਾਇ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਹਰਿ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਰਾਏ ਸਹਿਬਾਂ ਗੁਰ ਦਸਮੇ ਸਹਾਇ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਗੁਰ ਗਿਆਨਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਬੰਦਨ ਭਗਵਾਨਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਕਲ ਜੁਗ ਪਇਓ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਮਹਾਨ 10 ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਇਹੋ ਰੂਪ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਜੀ ਜਾਨ ਪੂਰਨ ਦੇਖਿਓ ਆਤਮਾ ਦਵੈਤੈ ਸਰਬਨਵਾਰ ਪੈ ਸੰਤ ਮਨ ਸੰਤੇ ਤਿਨ ਪਦ ਨਮੋ ਹਮਾਰ ਮੂਹ ਕੋ ਸ਼ਾਸਤਰ ਖਾਟ ਪੈਂਕਰਨ ਛੜ ਜਾਏ ਅੰਧ ਲਖਿਆ ਬਦਰੋ ਸਨੈ ਜੋ ਕਾਲ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਾਏ कहा बुद्ध प्राप्त हमारी बरन सके मैं जतारी हम न सक कर से तुम्हारी आप ले हो तुम कथा सदारी सो कहो टल गुरु से भी अहन सहज सवाए दर्शन परस्य गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाए दर्शन परस्य गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाए वाहिगुरु
सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी साचा साहिब साच नाए आख्या पाओ अपार आखे मंगे दे दात करे दातार फिर के अगे रखिए जित दसे दरबार मुँह के बोलन बोलिए जित सुनतरे प्यार अमृत वेला सच नाम बुरियाई विचार कर्मी आवे कपड़ा नदरी मुख द्वार नानक ये वह जानिए सब आपे सचियार।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Guru Satsang Ji, Vaheguru Ji Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Fateh. We're continuing on with the definitions of the Sri Japji Sahib. We have got to the 4th Pauri and we are currently going through the definitions within Sant Kirpal Singh Ji's Tika, the Sampardaic Tika via the Sato Gali wale. Within that, last time we had got up to the point where we got to Amrit Vila Sachanal, where we explained that Amrit Vila is the time that a person should wake up. They should recite the true name of God, and this is what should be placed in front of God. This was a direct answer to the questions being asked by the Siddhs, where they asked, Fir ke agge rakhiye jit dise darbar, moho ke bolan boliye jit santare pyar, jit suntare pyar. So here it states that this is what a person should do. They should recite the name of God. This is what God wants to hear. This is what should be placed in front of God. This is what should be placed at Amrit Vila. And this is what is the true court of Vaheguru. Within that true court, a person can gain and propagate the true form of Vaheguru. So before we go on to the next lot of definitions, we need to just go over what Amrit Vila is. So Kamalpreet Singh, if you can just...
Amrit Vila Sachanal.
Like I said before, Amrit Vila Sachanal. Amrit Vila is what we're going to talk about. What is Amrit Vila? What is the ambrosial hour? Now, there are many definitions given within Gurbani. There are many definitions given by those people who commentate on Gurbani. The first concept of Amrit Vila that we have is the time of day. The time of day is given as the ambrosial hour. If a person is to wake an hour and a half to 3 hours before the daybreak, it is considered Amrit Vila. This is considered the ambrosial time when a person should meditate. Now, according to Eastern philosophy, this is the time that a person should get up and meditate. According to Semitic philosophy, this is the most difficult time for a person to meditate, as this is where all the creatures of the night are out, all the demons are out, and anything that's malevolent and dark is out. But here in Gurbani states Amrit Vila Sachanal, this is the time that a person should wake up and meditate upon Vaheguru. The other definitions for Amrit Vila, the first one is the elderly age of an individual. This is considered Amrit Vila. Why is this considered Amrit Vila? Because this is the age that a person gives up on all of their worldly desires. It is within this age that they become content and go, I have done this, I have done that. And I have no more desire to have any more children. I have no more desire to collect these riches. I have no more desire to do any of these things. A person approaches death, they realize that death is close, and that becomes Amrit Vila, because a person no longer wants anything within this world. They just decide that they want to become one with God, as that is the final thing that they need to do to remain content and happy. The other definitions are this time period, Kaljug Dasama. The time period of Kaljug is considered Amrit Vela. Why? When many people consider this the worst time era to be born in. The reason why Kaljug is considered Amrit Vela is because it is within this time period is the easiest way to become one with God. And nobody else's karma affects your own. A person on their own merit can become one with God. And for that reason it is considered Amrit Vela. The third definition is the human birth. It is within this birth that a person can gain liberation. You know, Gurbani says, you know, other parts of Gurbani say, you know, that this human birth is the divine birth that a person, well, the grateful birth that a person can become one with God in. And for that reason it's considered the ambrosial hour as well. Another one is the satsangat, to sit within the satsangat, where in the presence of the Guru. This is considered Amrit Vela. As within this scenario, a person gains the merit from being in that satsangat, from listening to the divine discourses of the Guru. And so these are some of the definitions of Amrit Vela. There are others as well. But within the satsangat is the place that a person can go and meditate, listen to the virtues of God. And it is through this that a person gains liberation. And this is something that we need to consider. What is Amrit Vela? Why is there so many different types of Amrit Vela that are called Amrit Vela? But Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they state within their Granths that this is what Amrit Vela is. Amrit Vela is many of these things. And you got to consider yourself lucky to be born in this era of Kaljug, to be given a human birth, to get to either a young age or a ripe age where you have no focus on materialistic objects, to wake up at the right time, to sit within satsangat and to listen to the Gurbani of the Guru. These are all Amrit Vela. And like I said, the malap of the Guru, the worship of the Guru, to become one with the Guru, to meet the Guru, is Amrit Vela. And there's Sakhis that come within a Gurbani of Bhai Sutra Shah. Bhai Sutra Shah was a Sikh of Sri Guru Har Gobind Ji, and later Guru Gobind Singh Ji as well. He was given one of the bakshishes. He was given an order to start of the Udasis. And the Sutra Shahis still exist today, very small in number. And their traditions and rituals are very much close to Sanatan Mat. But they were started by Bhai Sutra Shah, who was found by the Guru. He was initially named Kuthra. Kuthra means dirty. He was a child who was found dumped on his own, crying, and he was brought to Guru Har Gobind Ji. He already had teeth when he was born, and this is considered a bad sign in India. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji said no. Guru Har Gobind Ji said no. We will call him Sutra Shah. Sutra means clean. And it was later on that Sutra wanted to meet Guru Gobind Singh Ji at one point, and the gates of Anandpur Sahib would not be open to him. And in the end, he played a trick in order to get in, and was bowing to a load of sand that he had collected in some cloth, because it was this sand that allowed him to become one with the Guru and meet the Guru. He shows within that Sakhi that it was the actual moment that he met the Guru that was considered his Amrit Vela. It was the ambrosial hour for him. And so the Guru explains what Amrit Vela Sachana. And then obviously they continue on with the merits of doing this. And the Guru continues. They say, look, a person who deliberates upon Vaheguru, what do they gain? Vidyai Vichar. They gain greatness and glory through their deliberation, through their inquiry. So Amrit Vela Sachana. So that is the first thing to do, meditate upon God, then deliberate upon God through Katha, through Kirtan, and a person becomes great. And the Siddhs then had this, said, okay, if a person is to become great, then what is the merit of performing all these things? What is the merit of performing to wake up at Amrit Vela, to worship the name of God? And you say, yeah, the Vidyai Vichar, the greatest thing to do is to inquire about God. But what's the merit of doing this? And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji reply, Karmi ave kapra nadri mukh dwar. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji states that by performing these positive deeds, by performing these good deeds, a person gains kapra. The kapra is the human birth. Either that or they gain nadri mokadwar. They gain the knowledge, and the kapra is the knowledge. So basically, like the hujuri that we wear here, this is the hujuri that's given to them of divine knowledge, and through that they gain mokadwar. They gain liberation. They gain the door to liberation through this method. And so within the Karmi Ave Kapranadi Mokadwar, and it's through the Guru that a person gains this. There's a Sakhi that appears about the Mandita Raja who came to Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And when they came to Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji, they listened to Gurbani, brought his wives with him. And whilst sitting there listening to Gurbani, there was a line of Dakkani Onkar which states that whatever a person has performed, a person will gain that merit no matter what. And at that point he questioned the Guru. He said, what is the point of having the Guru? What is the point of having the Guru for anything if whatever is going to happen is going to happen? And then Guru Arjan Dev Ji said, look, I'll teach you tomorrow. We'll go out hunting. So in the morning, Mandita Raja and Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji went out on horseback hunting. And then when they got into the jungles, the Mandita Raja ended up going further and further away from the Guru. However, in the night before, he dreamt that he was a pauper. He lived with his children in the jungles. He had nothing, and he died, and they were mourning his death. Mandita Raja ended up going into the jungles, and he got to a place where people recognized him and said, what are you doing here? You died yesterday. What are you doing? You've left your children, you've pretended you're dressed up as a king, and you've come back, but you died yesterday. What are you doing here? We'll take you back to your wife. And the people of the village dragged him along, and he kept saying, I'm the king, I've not got anything to do with this, I don't know what you're on about. And this woman came with her children. She's like, well, you're my husband. These are your kids. The kids recognise him as well. He's like, I don't know who you are. I'm this person. And it's at that point that the Guru arrived. The Guru arrived and explained, actually, they're two different people. And they dug up the burial grave of the individual who had passed away. And even his complexion and face and features were exactly the same as the king. The Mandita Raja could not understand what had gone on. And Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji explained that, look, what is supposed to happen is supposed to happen. However, through the grace of the Guru, a person, Karmi Ave Kapran Nadri Mokdwar, it is through the grace of the Guru that a person can get rid of that karma through a different way. He goes, you were supposed to be born as a pauper. I allowed, through the grace of the Guru, through the dream that you had, you passed that birth in such a way that you didn't have to endure it. You endured it through a dream when it was scary and it was disturbing, and this incident is disturbing. But through the grace of the Guru, you were able to do this and deal with it through this way. And that's Karmi Ave Kapranali Mokadwar. It's through the Guru. It's through these things that a person gains the boons, that they can get rid of their karma through other methods and gain liberation through this method. And then Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji continues.
Nanak eva janiye sab ape satyar.
Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji here states that, look, listen to this and understand this, that it's through this method that a person gains the true form of Vaheguru, and they themselves become Vaheguru in that manner. The Siddhs again heard this and they said, okay, if you're saying all this, then what you're saying is a person should not commit karma, they should not do any actions, they should not do anything. And the Guru replied, no, they should do karma, but there are two different types of karma, there are two different types of action. One is skam and one is niskam. Niskam is without reward, so you commit an action without wanting a desire for a reward. And the other one is skami, where you commit desires, you do actions, but you want something in return. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, what you should do out of the two is nishkam seva, nishkam karam. You should do actions where you do not require any reward. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji again reply,
Karmi ave kapara.
they say if a person conforms and commits acts of nishkam, where they do not want anything, where they do not want any desire, they do it with loving devotion, and then they gain this metaphorical robe. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji then continues.
Nadri mukdwar.
They say through the grace of Vaheguru, and the grace of the Guru, that a person gains the door to liberation. It is through this grace that a person becomes liberated through the discourses of the Guru, which they listen to, they understand, and then they focus on, then they put into action themselves. This is the doorway to divine knowledge. Divine knowledge then grants them complete liberation. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji says a person should have faith in this, and then continues.
Nanak eva janiye.
Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji states that it is through this way, if you listen to this deliberation, that the whole of the world realizes what is going on, what is the truth, and through this method that they are able to realize that the universe is falsehood, the true self is Vaheguru, become one with the true self, and become liberated in that form, and have faith in this way. And these are the definitions of the fourth body. Next time we'll go on to the fifth body and start there. But for this definition, we'll leave it there. Kamalpreet Singh, if you can close up, please.
Sacha Sahib, Sach Nai, Pakhya Pau Apar, Akhe Mange De, Daat Kre Daatar, Fer ke Agge Rakhiye, Jit Disse Darbar, Moh ke Bolan Boliye, Jit Sun Tare Pyar, Amrit Vela Sach Nau, Vadiai Vichar, Karmi Ave Kapara, Nadri Mukh Dwar, Nanak Eve Janiye, Sabha Pe Sachiar.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ हे गोबिंद हे गोपाल हे दयाल लाल प्राणनाथ अनाथ सके दीन दर्द निवार हे समरथ अगम पूरन मोहे मया तार अंधकूप महाभयान नानक पार अतार आय प्रभ शरणागति कृपा निध दयाल एक अखर हर मन वसते नानक होत निहाल एक अखर हर मन वसते नानक होत निहाल वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह।